A friend of ours is making his stand-up debut tonight. He has two requests. First, if he's funny, to please laugh. And second, if he's not, to please laugh louder. So I'd like to introduce Dylan Fisher. Dylan, come on up.
Hope I'm allowed to take this out. Thank you, Mike. And thank you, everybody, for showing up in your underwear. It does make it a lot easier for me. I hate to start us off on a bad note, but I'm a college dropout. Any other college dropouts here? All right, one other who's going to do nothing with their lives. Just kidding, of course. I hope to do something. But I'm in a funny situation right now because I've only done 2.5 years of college and I'm not really planning on going back. But I'm 22 years old, so all these adults want to give me advice. And really the only thing you can say to them is, yeah, sure, I'll try that. But really, I'm 22 years old and stubborn, and I'm not going to try that. So I was getting my hair cut a couple weeks ago, and I'm telling my barber about this. And this other customer goes, well, you know, like a year off might be a little bit too long. You should take 6 months, go get your degree. I hire people from all sorts of backgrounds. I'm like, thanks, I'll listen to strangers in barbershops more often. But I'm sure now you're all on the edge of your seat, wondering what exactly it is that I do with my life. I work at a dry cleaner. I know, you're all very jealous. But it's interesting, though. You have to lie to certain people at the dry cleaner because you don't want to disappoint them. Be like, oh yeah, sure, no problem, we can take care of that. But I don't feel so bad about it because I think lying is okay in certain situations. Like, oh, you look great in that dress, these cookies are phenomenal, sure, I'll pick you up from the airport, it's no problem. But we get I work in Ridgefield, which is a very wealthy town, as I'm sure you're all familiar with. So you get all sorts of crazy people like this blouse is from Italy. I'm like, well, our machines are from China, so I don't really know if this is going to work out. I got this one lady one time who drove me nuts. She brought in a blouse and a skirt. I dealt with her for 10 minutes. She was 80 years old. She kept going on and on, saying, you got to check for beetles. Some beetles got in this. I don't know what, I was going to run into the back and be like, we have a beetle problem, and this is big. Like, we need to handle this right away. Like, what am I going to do? It's beetles. Who cares? Thanks, Will. And, but then I think my favorite customer ever was this old man came in with his mom's pants. And I was smelling them, because that's what I do. And they smelled kind of funny, and I was like, oh, she must have a lot of cats. So I put it in the spot box, tagged it up, and somebody's like, what's that smell? I'm like, oh, I think that person has a lot of cats. They're like, you should check those pants. So I looked inside, and there was just a big smear of poop on the inside. And I'm sorry, but I gotta tell you, it wasn't like a little bit of poop. It was like the person ran out of toilet paper, and then they were like, thank God I have these pants. It was disgusting. And like for me, when you get a pair of pants and you accidentally go into the bathroom with them, you have 3 options. Wash them yourself, throw them away, or give them to a friend. It's like, don't make it our problem after that. But I don't know, pooping for me has always been a bit of an awkward thing. Because you know, like when you're out to dinner with your friends and you leave the table for 15 minutes, everybody knows where you were. You're not like, whoa, world's longest pee, right guys? Who wants a high five?